Hi everyone, this is eijay Lanuza, a second year of Bachelor of Science in Customs Administration, and welcome to my video recorded discussion. May I present to you my presentation for today, and that is all about the glossary of terms and annexes in CMO or Customs Memorandum Order number 22 series of 2010, or also known as Revised Customs Port Operation Manual. So this is our only learning objective for this video, which is to be able to see, hear, and understand the glossary of terms and annexes in CMO or Customs Memorandum Order number 22 series of 2010, or entitled as Revised Customs Port Operations Manual. So at the end of this video, you can rest assured that you will have the grasp of all the concepts that I outlined earlier. So now, without any further ado, let's get started. Let's familiarize these following terms: ballast, berth, bill of lading, bond, brick book, cargo manifest, carrier, customs clearance, coastwise, ports, container, foreign station, freight station, containerized cargo, devanning, discharge port survey or DPS, dry dock in cargo, foreign trade, hatch, less container load port survey, more, non-vessel operating, common carrier, NVOCC, port of entry, pratik, quay, regular, shipside permit, salon stores, sea stores, shifting of cargo, ship stores, shipside permit, special shipside permit, stripping staffing, temporary shipside permit, transit cargo, transshipment, and vessels. Ballast, a heavy cargo which is loaded on board a vessel or aircraft merely for the purpose of making it steady to enable it to navigate in the event of scarcity of other cargo. When not bought the port as article, ballast of no commercial value may be discharged upon permit granted by the collector of customs for such purpose. And next is berth. Berth, the part of the pier, wharf, what is occupied by a vessel or any place in which a vessel may lie at anchor or at a dock. Next is bill of lading. Is a transport document for ocean freight issued by shipping lines, carriers, and international freight forwarders or non-vessel operating common carrier. So, bond, an instrument designed chiefly to guarantee the integrity and honesty of the principal, his ability, financial responsibility, and his compliance with law or contract. A guarantee of performance. It is an agreement whereby one party, called the surety, obligates itself to a second party, called the oblige, to answer for the default of the third party, called the principal. Next is brick book, non-containerized cargo which is grouped or consolidate for shipment and broken down or subdivided into unitized cargo, such as in pallets or packed in bags or boxes. Next is book, liquid or dry goods shipped in book, not packed or bundled in separate units. Include commodities that are loose or in mass and required to be pumped, shoveled, scooped, and grabbed for fork during loading or unloading. Cargo manifest is a declaration of the entire cargo, the object of which is to furnish or customs officers which a list to check against, to inform our revenue officers what goods are being brought into the country, and to provide a safeguard against goods being brought into this country on a vessel and smuggled ashore. In maritime law is a record or statement in writing carried by a vessel containing information with respect to the vessel's cargo, passengers, and other matters required by the statute or regulations. Next is the carrier. Carrier means the persons actually transporting goods or in charge of the responsible for the operations of the means of transport. Customs clearance means the accomplishment of the customs formalities necessary to allow goods to enter for home use, warehousing, transit, or transshipment, or to be exported or placed under another customs procedure. Next is the coastwise ports. are such domestic ports are as or open coast-wide trade only. They include all ports, harbors, and places not ports of entry. Container freight station. Container freight station means normally a warehouse or a transit shed adjacent to the container yard used for sorting and storage of container cargo both for import and export. The next, containerized cargo. Cargo stuff is inside a container van with the external dimension and ratings enumerated in Series 1 of ISO 668-1976, which are specially designated to facilitate ready handling, particularly their transfer from one mode of transport to another without intermediate reloading. Next is devanning transfer. Devanning transfer of cargo from one container to another container. Next is discharge port survey or DPS. Report issued by an accredited cargo surveying company ECSC for break bulk cargo after the conduct of a survey at the port of discharge. Next is dry dock. Means a dock from which the water can be temporarily excluded in order to effect repairs to hulls and keels of ships of vessels. In cargo. Entrusted shipment of merchandise or articles from abroad. Next is foreign trade. It is the commercial interchange of commodities between different countries, export and import trade. It is synonymous with the term foreign commerce, which is the trade between individuals or legal entities in different countries. Next is hatch, an opening in ship's deck through which cargo can be lowered. Desk container load. Container loaded with cargoes belonging to more than one consign and or covered by more than one deal of lading. Next is the load port survey. Load port survey, a report issued by an accredited cargo surveying company or ACSC for break bulk cargo to be imported into the Philippines. Report shall be submitted to the Bureau of Customs directly from the ACSC in a secure electronic format. More means to secure a vessel alongside the berth by means of mooring ropes. Non-vessel operating. Common carrier, ENVO or ENVO OCC means person including an international freight forwarder providing point-to-point international transport of shipments without operating or owing the means of transport or equipment. And NVOCC deals with a shipper and issues its own transport document or EGB or L or AWB, even though it commonly subtracts the different strategies of transport to vessel, aircraft, and truck operators. Port of entry is a domestic port open to both foreign and coastwise trade. The term includes principal ports of entry and sub-ports of entry. A principal port of entry is the chief port of entry of the collection district. Next is the pratik. Is a permission granted by a quarantine officials to be a vessel or aircraft to hold intercourse with the port after the ship or aircraft has complied with the port regulations. Quay, a landing place or pier, usually of solid constructions where vessels berth to load and unload cargo. Regular ship side permit required for all cargoes which belong to the categories of regular ship side cargoes under the existing regulations. Saloon stores, supplies listed as such which are intended for sale on board a vessel or aircraft. Sea stores, articles, especially foodstuff such as food, wine, cigarettes for use or consumption only of the passengers and crew on board the vessel or aircraft upon this voyage. Next is shifting of cargoes, transferring of cargoes from vessel to vessel and vessel to dock, dock to vessel, hatch to hatch, and bay to bay. Next is ship stores. Consist of spare equipment such as chains, anchor, and the likes necessary for the safe navigation of ship. Next is the shipside permit, authority issued by the collector of customs or her authorized representative for the customs inspector assigned on a vessel to allow the discharge of cargoes specified on the permit at shipside and to lighters. underguard special ship side permit. When cargoes do not belong to the regular ship side, cargoes, the broker and or consign has to get authority from the collector of customs prior to the processing and approval by the entry processing division. Stripping. Unloading of all goods or cargoes from a container. Next is stuffing. Filling a container with goods or cargoes. Next, temporary shipside permit is a written authority to discharge cargoes at shipside and to lighter as per order of a collector of customs. Next, transit means the customs procedure under which goods are transported under customs control from one customs office to another. Next, the transit cargo. Article arriving at any port or from another port or place noted in the carrier's manifest and destined for transit, transshipment to another local port or to other foreign port. Transshipment means the customs procedure under which goods are transferred under customs control from the importing means of transport to the exporting means of transport within the area of one customs office, which is the office of both importation and exportation. Vessels includes every sort of boat, craft, or other artificial contrivance used or capable of being used as means of transportation on water. So now, for this part, which is the annexes of Customs Memorandum, Order CMO number 22 series of 2010, or also known as the Revised Customs Port Operations Manual. So when we say annexes, it is to attach, append, or add especially to something larger or more important. So we will be seeing a visual image of what actually looks like in terms of permits and clearance in CMO 22 to 2010. So we have general permit, clearance of vessel to a foreign port, clearance of customs, inspector assigned on board, also inspector certificate of last cargo discharge and container book cargo, and also we have here a container discharging report, and also we have here per ship side discharging report, assignment order, checklist, oath of entering vessel from a foreign port, oath of master to manifest in clearance for a foreign port, or oath of master to foreign vessel clearance without passengers, outward foreign manifest, customs inspector after operation, report inward foreign manifest, and also we have here a record of vessel boarded, and then lastly shipside permit. So that's all parts of my discussions, and I hope that you have learned something regarding this video. Thank you, and God bless us all.